Next on Fox News at 9, the fight of his life. What doctors are saying about Oscar Diaz's chances for recovery.
This is San Antonio's Fox News at 9.
First on Fox, some good news for boxer Oscar Diaz, who is still recovering after a dramatic fight where he collapsed.
Tonight, word from hospital officials is that Diaz's condition is slightly improving. Family, friends, and fans are joining tonight at the Ministerios Nueva Visión Church for a vigil for Diaz. That's where we find our Jonathan Martinez live with more. Jonathan.
Well, Karen and Mike, after news from hospital officials that Oscar Diaz is slightly improving, many fans and supporters say, you know, that's the type of news that they've been waiting to hear. In fact, several of them joined here pretty much to show their support and pray for his speedy recovery.
He's a very good person, very calm, very clean person.
Only days after Oscar Diaz collapsed in the ring, supporters and churchgoers gathering to show their support.
I think if they have faith that he's going to be, healed, he'll be healed.
You know, knowing that the people of the city of San Antonio cares and, showing support. And, we just need to be there for them right now. That's basically it.
Rene Gonzalez says he was at the fight and couldn't believe what had happened.
Kind of surprised me when I saw him, kind of get wobbly and all of a sudden just pass out. So I was kind of shocked.
But fans of Oscar say they know he's strong and are optimistic after hearing the news of his slight improvement.
That means that we believe in miracles. That means that we love Oscar. That means that he's not alone.
Well, pretty sad because if he got, doing his job, that is boxing, and he got hurt like that, I don't really imagine how that would be for his family.
I just know that he's there to fight. He's going to fight the situation. We're going to fight the situation. We're going to do everything we possibly can, to help their family, help him, support and all that. And, hopefully, God willing, he comes out of this perfectly fine.
Now we're told the reason this church was chosen is because one of Oscar's trainers actually attends here, and they felt it only fitting that they do everything they can to help out the family. Now, church leaders tell us over the course of the next couple of days, they will also be holding more prayer vigils here and are inviting anyone to come out to also show their support. Reporting live on the city's northwest side, I'm Jonathan Martinez, Fox News at 9.
All right, thank you, Jonathan. Well, the quick actions of medical staff at the fight Wednesday night are being credited with helping Diaz.
The surgeon who performed the surgery that's on Oscar later on that evening spoke again today. Our Anthony Pittman joins us with that. Anthony.
Well, as Jonathan Martinez just mentioned, there is more good news tonight concerning Oscar Diaz. Even a source close to the Diaz family says Oscar made progress today, even though he's still in a coma. As we know, Diaz had the surgery yesterday morning to relieve the pressure on the brain after his fight against Delvin Rodriguez. He's currently listed in critical but stable condition at University Hospital. Now, the doctor who performed the surgery on Oscar spoke earlier today, detailing the condition of the 25-year-old boxing star.
One has to be aware that things can turn for the worse at any time. The goal of our current treatment is to keep the brain from sustaining further injury, maintaining his body in the proper status, and we're doing that. So overall, I think ultimately he should survive the injury and should recover, but we just don't know at this point. It's too early to tell.
And we'll have more on the condition of Oscar Diaz later on Maximum Sports, along with the chat with Delvin Rodriguez I had today, who says the last 3 rounds of the fight didn't have to be. Mike?
All right, looking forward to that.
Up later on the Max, we'll have more on the condition of San Antonio's Oscar Diaz, and he's dealing with the pain of the Diaz injury. We'll hear why Delvin Rodriguez believes his fight Wednesday against Oscar should not have lasted as long as it did. Later on the Max, Fox News at 9 is back after this.
Oscar Diaz.
Look ahead at your weekend forecast. Tiffany is coming up with that.
And hear from the man who did battle with Oscar Diaz this week, what he has to say about the San Antonio fighter, later on Max Sports.
Anthony Pittman with Maximum Sports. Hey, Antonio.
All right, coming up right here on the Max, we're checking out the latest condition with San Antonio's Oscar Diaz. And the guy who went face-to-face with Oscar a couple of nights ago is disappointed with the actions of Diaz's corner during the fight. I'll tell you why. It's right here on the Max. We're back in 2 minutes.
On his side. This is Maximum Sports.
But he is in serious pain, slouching over and now going to the canvas here. They're going to straighten him out and get medical attention in immediately for Oscar Diaz.
2 days later, and everyone here in San Antonio, along with boxing fans around the world, are hoping for good news concerning Oscar Diaz. A source close to the Diaz family told Max Sports today Oscar showed movement in his shoulders this morning. He's still in a coma, in critical but stable condition at University Hospital after undergoing surgery yesterday to relieve pressure on his brain. Now, Diaz was in a battle Wednesday against Delvin Rodriguez when he collapsed in his corner before the 11th round. The doctor who performed the surgery on Oscar has more.
He's not following commands or moving on his own, but if you stimulate, if you push, he'll respond and he'll react. As opposed to someone who, no matter what you do to him, they don't respond. That's not good. He is having a motor response.
As you may have seen tonight on Fox News at 9, the family and friends of Oscar Diaz continue their prayers for the injured fighter, holding a vigil tonight at Balcones Heights, a church there. Diaz's family members say the plan to hold a vigil each day for the next 4 days is intact.
I'm really optimistic because, you know, considering the type of person he is, if you ever seen him fight, you know that he's a warrior. And I just know that he's there to fight. He's going to fight the situation. We're going to fight the situation. We're going to do everything we possibly can, you know, to help their family, help him, support and all that. And, you know, hopefully, God willing, he comes out of this perfectly fine.
The fighter Oscar Diaz was going toe-to-toe with a couple of nights ago is without a doubt one of the nicest guys in boxing. Delvin Rodriguez, even though he won the USBA welterweight title with a win over Oscar, he's quick to point out it's hard to celebrate with Oscar fighting for his life. Earlier today, I talked to Rodriguez about the fight and if it should have been stopped any sooner.
Did you still see Oscar up to that point as being in the fight, you know, with that puncher's chance?
Not at all. Not at all. I've seen, you know, Oscar's a very tough kid. His fight was just coming forward and, you know, try to put pressure and do it. His stuff is inside, you know. His whole thing had to just try to get inside and do his job in there. But, you know, after the 7th round, there was no way, you know, he was just